Rise and Grind, 5 best bourbons for the beginner. And so you are starting on this bourbon journey. And so some of the things that we want to consider as we begin this life of rising and grinding and enjoying the finer things of life. We want to pick out some bourbons that are affordable and drinkable. And so the first bourbon on our list today is Knob Creek 9 Year. As stated in the title, it is 9 years aged. It is 100 proof. This is quintessential bourbon. This is going to give you notes of oak, caramel, spice, brown sugar, molasses, maple syrup. This is amazing bourbon that you can have for about $35. This is readily available. This bourbon goes great neat. It goes great in a cocktail, and it goes good with an ice cube. Knob Creek 9 Year, a great choice for the beginner. Our next bourbon is Eagle Rare 10 Year. For those of you who are trying to find Blanton's, this is a great alternative. This 10-year age stated bourbon is 90 proof, and so it's easily drinkable. I would have this neat. It may not hold up in a cocktail, and it doesn't need an ice cube. This is great served neat. You're gonna get notes of orange peel, honey, chocolate. This is an amazing choice. As the name implies, it can be a bit rare, but when you find it, it's a great find. Eagle Rare 10-year bourbon. Our next choice is Turkey, Wild Turkey 101. This is a 6-year bourbon. As the name implies, it is 101 proof. This is a cinnamon bomb. You're gonna get a lot of spice. You're gonna get some cherry flavor. This is an amazing pour in an old fashioned because of how the high proof will allow it to hold up in the drink. It can also be sipped neat. This is that Turkey, Wild Turkey 101. Our next choice here is Old Granddad 114. This is a high proof bourbon, but don't be afraid by that. This can easily be cut with an ice cube. This is 114 proof. Now this can be hard to acquire, but when and where you see it, it should go retail for about $25. Although it's high proof, it can be enjoyed neat. This is filled with pepper. There's some caramel notes. If you're ever searching for Booker's, this would be a great alternative. This is a great cult classic, Old Granddad 114. And our last choice for this day. This is the bourbon that started it all for me. And it's believed that Elijah Craig started the whole bourbon industry. This bourbon is 94 proof. This is spicy. It's sweet. This can be had for $25. It aged between 8 and 12 years. This is Elijah Craig, who was a preacher. Today, for our conversation, I want to talk about association. Birds of a feather flock together. And so if you are spending time with people who are rising, they're grinding, they're elevating, they are trying to get to that next level. They're buying houses, starting businesses, changing communities. If you spend time associating with these people, then this is who you're gonna become. But if your time is spent with people who think negative, they think small, they are lazy, then that is who you are going to become. And so who you associate with is going to become a reflection of who you are. And so we are building a rise and grind army. We are men and women who are changing the narrative. We are changing our lives. We are elevating. We are putting in the work. We are trying to become our best selves. And in that journey, We're going to enjoy the finer things of life. We're going to enjoy great bourbons. We're going to enjoy great cigars. We are going to enjoy the things that are going to continue to motivate us. And so let us finish this conversation in the chat. Who do you associate with? Comment, like, subscribe. Join us on Instagram at Rise and Grind 411. Rise and grind.